Good morning, everyone. It's time for Morning Minutes again. And today we're going to talk about what do we do with the deep hurt. And I don't know anyone on this planet that hasn't experienced this kind of hurt. It could have been when you were a baby. It could have been when you were in love for the first time. But sometimes we can even feel hurt daily. Things hurt us and we feel this experience of hurt. How do we, and is it possible to alchemize hurt? Now, when I use the word alchemy, what I'm talking about is transforming it, turning it into something other than what it actually is. And if you look it up, alchemy has some really weird kind of descriptions of the word. To me, it really means like turning something into gold, like taking it from one form and completely transforming it back to its source. Good morning, Samantha. So this morning when we're speaking about hurt, to me, hurt is an indication that something inside of us that is false has been triggered. And you might say, but what do you mean? Like in our morning minutes and in all of the posts that I'm sharing on Instagram, on Elle Wilson Official, everything that I'm sharing here with you and that we will be going into in the mentoring programs and coaching programs is really to flip the way you see what you are, who you are in this world, to flip you right side up. Because right now you could be very well be upside down. So if you believe that hurt needs to, your partner, you're entitled not to be hurt by your partner, you have any level of entitlement, you will be imprisoned by that belief, and you will be imprisoned, like separated from your ability to experience pure joy and happiness for no good reason. So as far as I'm concerned, that is of interest to me. When I started to discover that hurt was merely, me being triggered, I really wanted to know, how do I deal with hurt, especially in relationship? And if you're a female entrepreneur and you have team members, things are going to happen. If you've got customers, you always, hurt is just this kind of like thing we cannot avoid on the planet. But are we entitled, to not feel it? I mean, is that even true? Like, the fact is we do. So to resist hurt means to be actually resisting your own evolution. If you put your hand up and go, no, I'm not going to be hurt, and believe me, I've done that. That is definitely something that I did. Good morning, Jasmine, Denise. I did that for years, and then I'd go into my shell and I'd be wounded. And before I knew it, I was separating myself not from other people only, but first from my inner life, my internal joy, my deeper, profound feelings of love and happiness. And so I really was through this entitlement to, where I felt like, others shouldn't hurt me. I actually was shutting down my own inner life. Now, for me, that was absolutely devastating because I feel very deeply. I came into this world very open, and it was definitely a curse for me before I realized it was my greatest gift and my ability, and I knew how to be in my inner life. And there's many of you out there like me. I am not just this person that is out there, and look at Elle, she's so open. So many of you are like that. So what I realized is the answer to the actual statement that I put up for Morning Minutes today is that yes, hurt must be alchemized. It must be transformed. It must be turned back to the love, and every hurt, underneath every single thread of hurt, you're going to find that the base of it is obviously pain. And then if you allow yourself to just go further down into the pain, you're going to find the deepest love imaginable. So how do we make this happen? So one of the things I want you to consider, and I want you to take this theme into your whole week. Don't just take it for today for Morning Minute. Take it through, write it down, put it up on your fridge on a sticky note. Every single time we have a false belief within our inner life, because this skin, this human flesh, isn't what you are. We're going to talk about that maybe tomorrow. It's not what you are. It doesn't matter whether you can't see the energy, you can't see what's actually really going on because you're being protected. Because if you could really see what was going on, you'd freak out, right? Our minds are not prepared. We've shut them down so much. So if you can just put this on a sticky note, I want you to just consider that every single false belief that you have reinforced, it could be that it wasn't even yours, it came from your ancestral line, it could be that it was one you made up and reinforced. It's almost like you've shut yourself. I want you to see my fist. It's like you've closed, you've got all this energy. This false belief takes all this energy that you give it and it just knots it up like that in your nervous system. And every single time something that comes up against that belief, which is false, tap, 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 touches it, boom, you are feeling hurt and you're reacting. You react to that. There is no other way because you're protecting this false belief that you've got bound up, like this is who I am and I'm not giving that up. It could be that, mine was, you're never going to hurt me again. I'm not going to let you hurt me again. Can you imagine that, holding on to that inside of your nervous system? How shut down are you going to be? I was shut down. I still do it sometimes, and then I just go, whoops, what am I doing? So the beautiful part of all of this is that you know that that's what's happening. When you know that's happening, immediately you have a flip. You go straight to you. You go into your inner life where your power is. You kind of like have a little bit of a moment where you're not out there trying to change or micromanage or control your husband, trying to control somebody else. You go where the power lives. You go back into your inner life. Your inner life is everything if you want your soul to develop. If you say that and you say, people throw those words out, what do they mean? Like, think about it. I'm here for my soul to develop. Wow, that's huge. And it's real. That's the purpose of you being on this planet. Whether you like it, know it or not, ignore it, make a flippant comment. The fact is that's true. Nothing to do with growing your businesses, being successful, owning 10 homes, being rich, being famous. All of that is just by the by. Who cares? We're talking about your soul. So when you know that that is what's actually going on, that's the mechanism that's happening when you're hurt, you can, and I'm going to teach you how to be able to allow that false belief gradually by removing all of the thoughts that are surrounded. I shouldn't be hurt. No one has a right to hurt me. How dare they say that? Who do they think they are? If you leave all that out of it, what you'll start to do is actually allow just a tiny little bit of light to come into that grasping of that false belief. And what will actually happen is as it begins to open, you're going to feel the old hurt, the hurt that was there in the first place that you decided that you were going to shut off. Self-preservation, self-importance. That's what you were doing, self-preservation. So as you go, you know what, I don't want to hang on to this anymore. I want more. I want more of my depth. I want more love. I want to alchemize this belief. I want it to go back to, if I feel the pain and I allow it in, it's just not going to kill me. I'm an adult now. And you just allow that to just come in, and as it comes in and just move through you, and you might feel a kind of like this, ooh, that feels, and you don't touch the thinking, let the thinking go wild, let it just ignore. Attention deficit, who cares? Who cares what the thoughts are? Thoughts are false because they come from the false belief that, no one's allowed to hurt me. I'm not going to let anyone hurt me. And if you don't have that belief inside of you, you must be a saint because everybody does. And everyone that wants to develop their soul must look at this belief, this false belief they're holding. As that happens, and as you go, you'll be going deeper and deeper as you're releasing the power you've given to this false belief. And as you're releasing this power, as you're releasing it, what will happen is you will just you'll fall into in moments even, you'll have access to what's under that false belief, which is just love. And you will, for that moment, be back home. And then you'll be given another opportunity when someone else hurts you, or you hurt yourself, or someone else says something. Doesn't matter how it happens. The world and what's happening in the world hurts you. A shocking circumstance hurts you. You will be given the opportunity to become a feeler, a power shifter, someone that is not afraid of their feelings. They're not afraid to feel pain. They're not afraid it's not going to kill them. They're not reinforcing this belief that, guess what? I'm limited. I am a small-minded self. I could be damaged. I could be hurt and never come back from it. That's what you're reinforcing when you make this belief real. So I want you to watch this video, save it, watch it again and again and again. And if you get hurt, go and watch it again. I'm going to put it up on YouTube too. And I want you to just make it something that is just something that you keep going back to, because I can tell you that it was a shock for me when I realized this. And of course it's in the power shift, but we need reinforcement, because these beliefs, they feel like they are who we are. They feel like they are, we are so identified with them that it's almost like petrifying to let go of them. It's like someone chops off your leg or something. It's like, hang on, don't take a part of me. So it's been beautiful being here with you today. I'm going to go deep with you. I'm going to take you down into wherever we need to go, so that we can come out the other end and really start to take the weeds out of our garden, so that our inner garden begins to actually blossom and be filled with the most beautiful flowers. That's what your inner life should be like. That's what your inner life is like. But when we hold on to all these things, we're denying that. And I don't want you to do that. I know you don't want to do that either. Beautiful being with you. I've got such a big day today and I'm so excited. So many exciting things happening. I don't even know that I'm going to get everything done. And guess what? It doesn't matter. I'm going to do my best. Do the same. Take care. We'll be back for Morning Minutes tomorrow morning. And come and join me again. Thank you for watching and listening. Take care now.